Hi, I'm Maya, and today I want to talk about Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling by Elise Bryant. I have been waiting for this book to come out for what feels like forever. The day it came out, I went to Barnes & Noble to get it, and then I read it in like 2 or 3 days. Definitely lived up to my expectations. I love Elise Bryant. I think she is a fabulous writer. I have a video on my channel where I talk about her other 2 books, Happily Ever Afters and One True Loves, so if you haven't watched that yet, you can check it out. I just have to comment on how cute the cover is. Elise Bryant's books have the best covers. I have to show you all 3 of them together. The color palette is so aesthetically pleasing. They truly are just like eye candy. So I'll read the inside flap to you so you can get an idea of what this book is about. Delilah always keeps her messy, gooey insides hidden behind a wall of shrugs and yeah whatevers. She goes with the flow, which is how she ends up singing in her friend's punk band as a favor, even though she'd prefer to hide at the merch table. Reggie is a Dungeons & Dragons dungeon master. He spends his free time leading quests and writing essays critiquing the game under a pseudonym, keeping it all under wraps from his disapproving family. These 2, who have practically nothing in common, meet for the first time on New Year's Eve, and then again on Valentine's Day, and then again on St. Patrick's Day. It's almost like the universe is pushing them together for a reason. As their holiday meetings continue, the 2 begin to fall for each other. But what happens once they realize they've fallen for a version of the other that doesn't really exist? So I feel like this book was written for me. I love rom-coms and I love holidays. I love decorating for every holiday and wearing festive clothes that coordinate with each holiday. They're so much fun to me and they bring so much light to my life. So the fact that this book is centered around holidays, the fact that holidays are what bring Reggie and Delilah together is so cool and makes me feel like Elise Bryant wrote this story specifically for me and catered to my specific interests and likes, especially with all the Taylor Swift references. I think this book could very easily be made into a Netflix movie, like To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's got laugh-out-loud lines, well-developed characters that feel like real people, and lots of swoony moments. Like when Delilah is in her room, sitting down, playing her guitar, and singing the first song she's ever written, and Reggie is listening and he kneels down in front of her and tells her she's talented and amazing. I have to say that I like Reggie more than I like Lenore's love interest in One True Love's, Alex. But I don't think I like Reggie as much as I like Sam, Tessa's love interest in Happily Ever Afters. So I think the ranking for me goes Sam, Reggie, Alex. Not that Alex is a bad character. I just think he's missing a certain spark that Reggie and Sam both have. And speaking of Alex and Lenore, they make a fun cameo in this book, proving that this story is part of the Elise Bryant cinematic universe, which is super fun. As with Elise's other books, there is more to the story than just romance. It also emphasizes familial relationships. I really like Delilah's younger sister, Georgia. She's a really cool character. And I like how the 2 main characters, Reggie and Delilah, learn to be better communicators, not only with each other, but also with their families. They learn that relationships will never develop or progress if you keep things bottled up inside. You have to talk it out. Other things that this book addresses are racism, sexism, and tokenism. These topics are explored in the treatment that Delilah receives from her bandmates. These are very important issues that I think Elise Bryant handles very well. And I also really appreciate the overarching theme that you don't have to like certain games, sports, music genres, and activities because of your race. It's stupid to say that because a person is Black, they have to like these specific things and aren't allowed to like these other things. That way of thinking is so limiting and so false, and I'm glad the book discusses it. So I'm going to end this video with one spoiler. It's my favorite part of the book. My favorite part of the book is when Delilah confronts her band, calls them out for using her and mistreating her, and tells them she's not going to be in the band anymore. And she walks outside feeling exhilarated from doing that, and she sees Reggie waiting for her by the car, and he's shining in the sunlight. She grabs his face and kisses him for the first time. When I read that scene, I teared up a little bit. I was so proud of her for standing up for herself, and I was so happy that she and Reggie finally kissed and admitted how they felt about each other instead of being scared. They are such a beautiful, wonderful couple, and that moment was such a well-deserved win for both of them that I couldn't help smiling and crying as I read it. And then after the first kiss, they decide that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and Delilah gets in the car before Reggie does. and he hurries to get in the car too because he doesn't want to be away from her any longer than he has to, not even for a second. So sweet. And it's so true that when you're in love, you don't ever want to be parted from the person you love. Being away from each other, even for a little bit, is so painful. And so that whole scene from beginning to end really got me. So overall, a great book as always from Elise Bryant. I can't wait to see what she writes next. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling. Thank you so much for watching.